And we're live. Hello and welcome to the 10th episode of the Football Podcast for Friday, 4th of September. I'm joined as always by Adam Glau to discuss the hottest stories surrounding the footballing world.
Hello, Theo. It is a great landmark to reach, and it is a pleasure to be here. And without further ado, let us commence this podcast.
Indeed, in today's edition of the Football Podcast, we'll be covering everything from transfers to national game results.
Yup, and I will start off with one that has actually got me very excited, but is somewhat of a steal. Ed Woodward has managed to sign Donny van de Beek for Manchester United for £39 million. I believe that is a fraction of the cost that was asked for, and that is a brilliant deal. It is a steal, though, and I think that Ajax should have really pushed to get some more out of it. What do you think, Theo?
Yeah, it's almost criminal what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just did there. In my opinion, like I said before, we covered it in our previous episode where we were saying the deal was close. There could be an upcoming medical. It all happened very quickly, which is what we like to see from teams. Shows ambition. And, 39 million pounds. I value him closer to 65, so yeah, definitely 2/3 of the price. It's the Corona discount. And a very good time to get him. Real Madrid, they backed off. They didn't have the money. They don't have the finances to do it. Manchester United, they were saving up. They were saving their best to last, really. They were very dormant this transfer window. But towards the end of it, we're seeing some very crucial action. And the midfield now is looking very positive. When we look to Fernandes, Pogba, and Van de Beek, that is a title-challenging midfield. It's just whether the defense can hold strong. Obviously, they're looking at Upamecano, and potentially Skriniar as well. Someone to match the caliber of Harry Maguire, just as a centre-back partnership rather than Eric Bailly. So, yeah, that's the latest on Van de Beek, who is now wearing the Manchester United shirt as opposed to the Ajax shirt. And now, we are moving on to Everton transfer news. Unfortunately for Everton, we cannot say that they've signed anyone, but what we can say is that Alan and James Rodriguez have both completed their Everton medicals and could sign as early as today or tomorrow. And then when it comes to, Decore, we understand that a £25 million deal has been agreed, and he should have a medical coming up as well. So, really positive news for Everton. Makeshift midfield, and by the time our revised Premier League predictions come out in January, we might have to shift them up into the top 10. Adam?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Everton, they've signed some. I think for the size of their club, they've signed some high-profile players. I think they aren't. Well, I wouldn't call them world-class players, but I think they're top 10 worthy players. And if they if they are able to link up well, and as you say, makeshift midfield, both James Rodriguez and Allen have great quality. Decore could stabilize the holding midfield a bit more, and I think that's really what they need. And they could really have some upsetting fixtures against big clubs, much like Wolverhampton have had in the past couple of seasons. But we move on. Not transfers this time, but actually a result from the national games recently. Spain drew 1-1 with Germany. The prolific Timo Werner scored, and Gaia got a late equalizer for the Spaniards. What do you think, Theo?
Timo Werner continues his good run of form for Chelsea and Germany. Scored against Brighton, obviously, in a disappointing 1-0 draw. And he scored for Germany in a disappointing 1-0 draw, both including late equalizers. Pascal Gross netting a 90th minute equalizer from the penalty spot in the friendly. And on this occasion, Jose Gaia in the 95th minute stabbing home a very nice finish. So, yeah, very good news for Chelsea fans out there. Timo Werner netting home. And this was actually a Germany squad that were missing the likes of Gnabry, Goretzka, Kimmich. So, all the Bayern Munich starlets out there weren't there. So, the fact that they're able to hold out and even almost defeat Spain is a very good start. Two former World Cup winners. The last two World Cups belong to both of them, so that was a very good opener for the Nations League. And tomorrow, England are opening against Iceland. Should be a entertaining fixture. If we don't remember, I do believe Iceland beat England in the Euros.
Indeed.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the Icelandic Revolution. Adam, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, both teams have evolved so much since then. England, I think, were really dismal in that Euro 2016. And now they are just producing young starlets left, right, and center at every position and just making their squad so much stronger. If you look at who was playing then and who will be playing now, that there are very few players that are still on the national squad. I think Joe Hart was famously in goal with his 2 errors. That he's now replaced by Pickford. And then I think the only other player was Kane. And so I think that despite the Icelandics showing great determination and grit in general, England will outclass them. That's my prediction, but you never know with the Icelandics.
Yeah, I agree, Adam. I think they will. Apologies for my interruption there, but I think England is a squad for 2022. Honestly, that World Cup in Qatar will be a very exciting one to witness. But as we've seen, they'll have some very tough challenges upcoming with the likes of Germany and Spain, as we saw last night. And as I mentioned, this was a Germany squad without boasting the team with Kai Havertz. No Kai Havertz. He was on the bench in that game. He has completed his Chelsea medical and could sign as early as later this afternoon. So really big news coming for Chelsea. Adam?
Yeah, I mean it's been a matter of time. It's been lingering on for so long, and it's on the brink of happening. It's 99% complete. There have been quite a few of our sources actually saying that he's already picking his shot number, which is that means he's quite advanced. Others are saying he's not as far, but most sources predict that later this afternoon the deal will be finalized. And he will become a Chelsea player. And then we are looking at Leicester, who just missed out of the top 4, and they signed Timothy Castange for 21.5 million. What are your thoughts on this deal, Theo?
Yeah, Timothy Castagne, native from Belgium, sorry, and came from Atalanta. Obviously, they went to the Champions League quarterfinals in their debut season in the Champions League. So you can't really do that without a solid defense, and he was part of that. So I think this is a very Leicester type signing. They sign players who haven't quite established themselves on the biggest stage, but then they develop into very well-established players who then go on to an even bigger challenge. Very Leicester-esque signing, and I like it actually. It should be a good one. 21.5 million, must be a good center back to partner with either Johnny Evans or Soyuncu. So yeah, exciting stuff for Leicester there. And we move on. Chelsea have received the asking price for Edouard Mendy. Chelsea are looking for someone to push Kepa to greater heights. A little bit of competition may help reach greater heights in his goalkeeping ability, perhaps, or maybe the opposite. Maybe he'll fall out with Lampard and maybe he'll leave in January. We know Petr Cech is confirmed. Chelsea have no intention of letting him go this summer. But yes, 30 million asking price for Edouard Mendy. I think it's a little bit too much for a player who plays for Stade Rennais. Stade Rennais made it into the Champions League. Obviously, I just think it's a little bit too much. Chelsea value him closer to 25 million, but I think they can match it. They've obviously got the money that they earn from Hazard and Morata still, so they're by no means done this transfer window, and they are willing to splash the cash. We've said it almost every episode. So yeah, Adam, what do you think?
I mean, as you say, for not so. I mean, sorry, for Mendy, um, I think that he could, as you say, push Kepa, and we've seen that he has quite Kepa is quite a character, and that may well be a chance of his personality causing him to fall out with Lampard, and I think that it will actually push him, and it will generally solidify the squad. But that takes us on to Manchester United, another deal and another launched bid. 27 million pounds for Region. What do you think, Theo?
Yeah, very interesting one here actually because Chelsea were very interested in them in early August. They were in advanced talks with Real Madrid over the availability of Sergio Reguilon, and now obviously they've got Ben Chilwell. He penned a 5-year contract at Stamford Bridge, so that deal's fallen through obviously. So Sergio Reguilon won't be coming to Stamford Bridge, but will he be coming to Old Trafford? That's a different question. Left back issue, Brandon Williams, maybe a bit too young. Though I do think he's had a pretty decent season at Manchester United, not gonna lie. So I think he could offer some good competition to very young, promising players in at that left back position. I honestly think that this would be a decent signing. So I think after signing Wan-Bissaka over on the right, establishing that right back position, making it his own, I think the left back area could be a new improvement. I think Brendan Williams at this point in time is maybe a little bit too weak. His defensive attributes probably just about trump Reguilon's, but Reguilon going forward we know is a very, very talented young player. Adam?
I mean, yeah, as you say, I think he can help the youngsters among him develop into great left backs in their own rights. But I think that before they are able to develop, he does have a bit more experience over them, and so I think he will be the first choice left back, and I think he may be able to mentor the others. But now we're on to the Messi transfer saga that we have mentioned, as Theo also mentioned about the splashing the cash with Chelsea. We have mentioned Messi's transfer saga almost every episode. He has been offered a contract extension by Barcelona, and that may be a potential U-turn, as we have been informed. I really think that he's on his way out, and that this is really just an opportunity for him to buy some time, if you will, and contemplate his choices. Theo, your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, the thing is here, I was looking at some news earlier, yesterday. We saw Luis Suarez go into Messi's house yesterday. His father, both, Messi's father is obviously leading the negotiations. Not sure why. But we know that's what's happening. Messi's reports out of Spain are leading us to believe that there has been a new offer for Messi on the table. Whether he'll accept would be huge for Barcelona. As a Chelsea fan, I don't want Messi heading over to Man City. As far as Chelsea's title challenge is concerned, or Liverpool, or Man United, Tottenham, Arsenal, Leicester. But regardless, I think whatever he wants is the best for him. I think he's dedicated his footballing career, his life to Barcelona. So I think if he wants to move on now, that's absolutely acceptable, and I think whatever he wants is the best for him.
Yep. And finally, Bale. He was such a promising youngster, and since I'd say Ronaldo's departure especially, he has been the decline, and so much so that he could leave on a free. He's really not been happy at Real Madrid. He's almost being frozen out of the club, having very limited game time, and he himself has demonstrated that. I don't know if you've seen the flag he had once in the national team training. He had a Welsh flag with the words Wales, Golf, Madrid, implying that he was not very keen to be playing for Madrid and he wanted to leave the Spanish club. So he was unable to get a move to the Premier League this season, and he could be leaving on a free and become a free agent. What do you think, Theo?
Yeah, we were talking earlier, one of our first episodes actually, on what would happen with Gareth Bale. That was obviously during the time of the Newcastle takeover, which has obviously fallen through due to some issues. But obviously now that's a free. Newcastle don't have the exact same funds, but we understand they're still interested in Bale. I just don't know who else would want to take him. You know, he's still got legs in him. I just don't know where he would go. I'm uncertain about what he does. What's the next step? What comes next after Real Madrid?
Yeah, because it would be a shame for such a talent to just fizzle out. He still has a couple of years of. I actually think he is a world class player, especially in the when he arrived at Real Madrid in his, I'd say, second, third season, fourth season. He was really a monster. There's the famous clip of him smoking Jordi Alba and scoring that goal. I think most football fans and even non-football fans have seen that viral on this video. And that he is really talented. And so I think that he just needs to find a club that will welcome him and treat him well and acknowledge that talent. So on that note, we will conclude our podcast. Any last words, Theo?
Yep. If you're new, please do subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, like it. And turn on the notifications bell so you're notified when we upload a new video.
Indeed.
Goodbye from Adam.
Thank you for listening, and goodbye.
Goodbye from me. Bye-bye.